Hello everybody, welcome back to another House Flipper 2 video. Today I'm going to show you how to build a carport quickly and easily, so when you have a driveway such as this with a house, or if you're building your own driveway, you can just add this feature real easily. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to build, we're going to buy a car and park it in the driveway so we can figure out how much space that we want to have with the carport. Now this actually got added in the most recent update, and you could get away without doing that step if you would like. And then for resizable, we are going to go to this column, dyed white, and we are going to line this up with the house. It should be this way. And that should be enough space. And then what we're gonna do here is I'm just simply gonna copy this. Or gonna duplicate. Yeah, there we go, duplicate. And we're gonna place this at the quarters. This should be facing that way. And then we've got one more. Place there. Okay, so we've got our base done. And then we are going to look for the roof. Usually I just search for this because it's a little bit easier to search for it. And then we can change the style. We're going to do this little gable style here. And then we've got to line this up with the top of the king, which is a little bit difficult. But hopefully we can get this lined up right. May take a try or two in order to do this. Let's see how we did. And yes, we've actually got that lined up perfectly. That's why it's easier to do the column first, so that way you can line that up. So next we're going to go to copy style. And oh, this doesn't tell us what kind of finish that was. What about the underneath finish? Does this at least tell us? Okay. Yeah, whenever possible, I like to always match the house. So we've got that built. This looks like some kind of black paneling. So we're gonna go... Honestly, I think we are going to... Oh, we can do roof tiles. That's fun. Wood panels. I think we're gonna do this glossy wood, and this should hopefully match. But we may also need to do a pattern with this. And we may need to increase the size of that. Does that look about even? We'll be able to know in a minute. Yeah, that looks like it matches. Alright. Perfect. And then I always like to sell my leftover construction materials. So as you can see now, we have matched a carport exactly to this house with the colors. And that's really all that there is to it. The roof could match a little bit better, but it can be a little bit hard to get all the way up there. So I just try to color match as best I can from the ground. And then we're going to add some accessories. We're going to add a basic trash can next to our carport here. And maybe a bicycle. Oh, it might be under bike. Oh, did not mean to do that. Okay, we've got a couple kinds of bikes. And we are going to add one underneath. So yeah, that is really all there is to it. Like I said, this is probably the easiest method. Now you can experiment with the different kinds of the roof. So going back again to the roof, we can experiment. You see here there's this hip style, there's gable, we've got this half style. Like this would be if you're doing like a back porch. We've got sloped. Again, more for like porches, or if this is attaching directly to the house. And then we've got this quarter. And then, of course, as you can see, we've got these different roof finishes that are in here. So just try to match whatever your project you're working on. And then you can do this here where it can't clip other roofs and do not be clipped by other roofs. I think you would have to really look at it with the house to determine whether you need the clipping to blend in. And then lastly, you can do this roof pitch here. So for instance, like none, this is basically flat. So we've got different options. It can be all the way tall or it cannot be all the way short. But again, like I said when we were designing this carport in the first place, sometimes you may need to try once or twice, and I always like to make sure that you have an object for reference. Now if we were just doing a porch, like for example this sloped porch, again you see they've got these wood pieces, so always do something that's the correct height first for reference. It'll help you line up your roofs a lot better. So that is it for this video. I hope this information helped you, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.